Hi, I'm David Lear. I'm currently the school board trustee for Place 1 in Aledo. This is hard. We've lived in Aledo since 2011. My family is, my wife graduated from Aledo in 1995, and in 2011 we moved back once my kids started school. So we now have a 10th grader and a 7th grader, and we're very involved in the PTO and AEF. And Aledo Advocates. We're pretty all in on Aledo ISD, and the last 3 years has been an honor to serve on the school board, and that's all.
All right, Trish.
Hi, my name is Trish Watson, and we've been living in Aledo for 9 years. I have 3 kids. They are 12, 14, and 7, and my involvement in community is mostly with my church right now, and then schools, sports with my kids. It takes up, a lot of time driving 3 kids around. But in church, I have helped out with the 9th graders before. I am on my own and been a leader of a community group at my home for several years. And right now, I help out with the mid-high. So that's mostly how I've helped out in our community.
Okay, Trish, we're going to start with you, and you have 30 seconds to answer all of these questions each. What steps would you take to address growth in the district?
I know that we have to grow with our district. We can't keep people from coming to our district, and we just need to keep our schools strong. We need to stay ahead of the population, because we don't want our buildings to be too packed. Our children need the space. The environment is really important for them. So we do need to build these schools, but I don't think we need schools with all the bells and whistles, so I want to keep the price down and just look at everything.
Okay, thank you. David?
I think the 2 most important things are we've rebuilt how we engage with the community, keeping that engagement up, and we've rebuilt trust with the Bearcat Growth Committee and with being able to be transparent about everything that goes into our decisions. And we also need to remain fiscally responsible. We need to take, build these buildings for the long term and for the future of our schools, but make sure that they are fiscally responsible so that we have funds to pay for our future schools.
Thank you. The next question, David, we're going to start with you, is regarding House Bill 3. What is your interpretation of House Bill 3, and were you in support or against House Bill 3?
House Bill 3 basically allowed us to lower local property tax rates, but also increase school funding so that we could afford to pay teachers more and to push more money into the classroom. It also increased funding for CTE programs, college career readiness type programs. Absolutely for it. We lobbied for it with our state legislature, Phil King and down in Austin, and so absolutely a great thing for our school district, and we need to keep it funded.
Thank you. Trish, what is your interpretation of House Bill 3, and were you in support or against House Bill 3?
I'm sorry. I guess I hear what he's saying, and it was good to have the states take some of the funding and to try to keep our taxes down. And I support our taxes going down. I recall there being several things that some things that I was against for this year's HB3.
Yeah, this was last year. No,
this was
right.
last year.
This was last year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Trish, we're going to start with you. What adjustments to the curriculum would you recommend to enhance the academic success of Aledo ISD?
So I currently, they're already doing a couple of the things. Part of the curriculum I really think that needs to be addressed is how reading is taught at our schools, but that is currently that's currently happening. I also think I want to make sure that our curriculum doesn't change whenever it comes to the philosophies, and I want all of us to just be involved and know what our kids are learning, and like I don't have time.
Thank you. David?
One of the things that we've been focusing on recently is adding more programs to our curriculum so that we have kids that are able to learn relevant stuff to the real world, rigorous to the depths of the curriculum. And so making sure that we continue to feed like our CTE programs, get kids where they are competitive when they head to college, or that they have the skills and knowledge they need when they enter the workforce.
Okay, thank you. David, we're going to start with you on the next question. What would you do to help business and Aledo ISD to build upon their partnership?
I think we need to continue to look for ways to have kids, internships, work studies, have businesses bring people into the schools. I think one of the more important things, if you think about book learning versus learning, versus actually seeing how things operate in the real world, those kind of feed on each other. So if you're able to get into the real world, see how things work, get back into the classroom, learn some more, get back into the real world, I think those things work well together, and the business can offer that.
Thank you. Trish, what would you do to help business and Aledo ISD to build upon their partnership?
I think all those are great ideas that David just said. And I also think that really into like maybe getting videos of people that really enjoy their jobs and help people help this communication go down to the children so that they can see and imagine what it is to be working in those positions. I think the exposure to the variety of every type of skill that maybe that people have these jobs and we don't know what they do and the kids don't know what they do, and I think that information would really help the children.
Okay, Trish, we're going to give you 1 minute to wrap up, so you can say whatever that you haven't had the opportunity to say.
I'm running for school board. I've really wanted to help the school, and I've tried to get involved, and I've put my name in there for to be able to volunteer, and so now I am trying to get out there. Like, my name was never picked, I guess. I don't know. And so I started going to these school boards, and I just really started noticing the lack of transparency and the difficulty in getting information, and just having my voice heard, and then even hearing other people like have some of the same like issues, and just that. I guess I just want to represent the community. I'd like surveys to be sent out before decisions are made, before all the analysis has been made. I'd like the community to be represented more on the committees. And I think that's probably my big thing, transparency and representation. And I'd like to help Aledo that way.
Thank you. David, 1 minute.
Okay. When I got on the school board 3 years ago, we had a lot of issues with growth and trust and communication. And in the last 3 years, that's been a big focus. I think we've made a lot of progress in terms of how we communicate with the community, how we engage the community. But most importantly, we've refocused on education, and we've refocused on our instructional focus, and we've refocused on how we make sure that every kid is getting 1 year of growth every year. We make sure that kids, even if they're ahead, they're not stalling out. If they're behind, we're getting them caught up. And I think that's the most important thing that we talk about at every one of our school board meetings. We have kids come in with success stories, and we make sure that we highlight those, and we make sure that we're celebrating kind of the wins of our kids in our community. And I think that's the most important thing that I want to continue doing if I'm honored to, if I had the honor of you guys voting for me to stay on school board.
Thank you very much.